Well, friends, this is Josh from the Redneck Homestead channel, and it's a frigid 25-ish degrees in central New Hampshire, and see my breath there. This old girl back here, my army truck, the 5-ton, doesn't really want to start too well, and that's because diesels hate the cold. And this vehicle does not have glow plugs, and it does not have a block heater. And the military solution to that was to use ether all the time. And it makes sense in many ways, because if you're out in a remote part of the world, or in a desert, or in a jungle, or somewhere else where there's no power, what are you going to use a block heater? Or what are you going to do with a block heater? So I guess it made sense to them to shoot these things with ether, and you can pretty much get anything to start because it causes basically a small explosion to happen, which jump starts the engine into submission, I guess you might say. But for our purposes, where I always have power at the main house and a generator in a worst case scenario, I'm going to install a block heater. They're inexpensive enough, they're easy enough to install, and I'm going to take you through the process of doing so. So stand by and let's take a look. All right, I got the hood open on the 925A2 series 5-ton. You can see, you've seen it before, past video. This has the 6 CTA 8.3 Cummins diesel in it. And if you look right there, that round divot, that is the water jacket, or the coolant jacket, and that's a plug in there that holds everything together. That's where we are going to install our freeze plug, otherwise known as a block heater. The block heater that goes in this particular engine is, well, I have the model somewhere. It's like 308, 802 or something like that. It's a Napa part. It's 1,000 watts. Come on. And it looks just basically like a hot water heater element. This is copper. And it's got a little rubber washer gasket type of thing. A removable plug. And it's probably got, I don't know, a 4 or 6 foot cord that just plugs into your extension cord. And it heats up just like a hot water heater element. Warms the hot water in your hot water tank. So what we need to do is take a chisel and a hammer and knock out that plug and install this freeze plug here by inserting it in. And then there's this retention bar clip thingy here, and we just reef down on this 3/16 inch hex head, and she's installed. Now, before we can knock that little knockout out of the side of the coolant jacket on the block, we need to empty the coolant, and there's like 6 gallons of it, which is expensive, unfortunately, but that's just part of the deal. I'm gonna have to drain it, and we do so by opening up this petcock right here. All right, this guy takes about 6 gallons of coolant, so I'm standing ready here with a 5 and a 2.5, in hopes that we won't go over that, because that'll make a mess of my driveway. This is gonna make a freaking mess. I can just see it. This is not good. Yeah, call me brilliant. I'm so smart. I could have thought of that about 30 seconds ago. Oh man, I can only wish I was as smart as I wish I was. Why couldn't I have done that when I first started? I know why, because I'm always in a rush. You know that about me. All right, well, this thing continues to drain. I'm gonna go get a little something to knock that plug out. The freeze plug has been knocked out off to its side. There's a little seepage of antifreeze coming out. I got another pail underneath catching it. I'm gonna grab it with some needle nose pliers, pull it out, and I'll be back in just a second. All right, and that's what it looks like with nothing in there. Nothing except a really nice, newly painted, beautiful, freshly rebuilt engine. All right, now that I have the freeze plug in place, I need to take up on that hex bolt. And I'm gonna start doing that I was originally going to do it with a drill, but I decided just to prevent any over torquing, that I'll just do it manually. And there you have it. The freeze plug block heater is all installed, torqued down to 18 pounds. The cord is there. I just need to zip tie it out of the way to a convenient place, refill the antifreeze. I really should do a flush, but I'm not going to do it because it's too darn cold. I'm going to fill her up and run with it. And in the spring, I'll do a total coolant flush. All right, guys, so there you have it. That is the completed operation. I started up the rig, brought it up to temperature. Well, actually, I filled it up for the initial cold fill, brought it up to temperature, filled and topped off the antifreeze, the coolant, and she's running great. No leaks. So now we'll be able to take this thing and start it in extremely cold weather, and also with a generator on board, we'll be able to start it really from a cold start anywhere, if we're out in the woods at the cabin or whatever. So if you like this video, now's the time to give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. As always, it's been great being with you guys, and we'll see you on the next video.